and I had on like my first wig. So we got on.
Wig came out? What's up, YouTube? It's a video.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a picture. No, that's alright. And we back. It's been a while, but we back.
We back, and we have a guest. It's Reagan Kelly. I'm gonna put her info right here. Some of y'all asked who was singing at our wedding. This is her. That beautiful voice right here. So we outside a little bit. We're gonna go a little bit front and back because the baby. He's right here too. Cash right here too. Y'all just can't see him because he's about to take a nap. But today is July 3rd. Cash made 5 months today. But no, we outside the pool, and so I was thinking we can tell y'all some of our. We can have a little story time.
Oh Lord.
We haven't done a story time in a long time.
What we doing?
We're doing Tinder stories. So that not the good Tinder stories, because good Tinder stories turned out good, and we ain't had none of them. So
Tinder, man.
ghetto. Back in our Tinder days. Tinder
It's the ghetto.
Tinder is the
Ghetto.
Tinder is the ghetto. Ev has a great Tinder story, so I'm gonna let Ev start with her story,
I gotta go first.
because I think that her story just is funny as hell. So we're gonna all tell a little Tinder experience.
So I went out on a date with this guy. Okay, so first, like, we swiped, whatever. He was kind of cute, cool, whatever. And we was talking for a little bit. He was alright. It was cool. He dressed nice. So like on his Instagram and like all his pictures, he had like suits on, and, like nice watches, and like you know how taking pictures in front of the cars. And I was like, okay. I had just moved out here, so I was like, that's different than where I'm from. The guys don't look like this. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, he was talking nice, whatever, and he was like, I want to take you out. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, what you want to do? And he was like, I'll figure something out, and then I'll let you know. So maybe like a week later, he hit me up, and he was like, we're going to go out this Saturday. He was like, you need to have like a nice dress, like a long gown. I'm like, hell, we going on a first date. And I was like, all right, big. So
Wait, like a ball gown?
not like a ball gown, but he was like a long, like nice dress. That's what he wanted. Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, that's different.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, that's point number one. That's like, and we moving in the right direction. I liked it. So then I only had that was like at the beginning of the week. So I was like, I only had like a little bit of time to find a dress. I ended up finding one that I had from like the dress up night from when I had went on a cruise recently. So I was like looking through my stuff, and I was like, I can wear this.
Oh, so you didn't have to go buy that?
No, so I was like,
that would have been worse.
I didn't have anything, so I was like looking around, and I was like, oh, I don't never had nowhere else to wear it to. Like, where would I wear it to? So I was like, all right, bet, I'll wear this. Perfect. Come that night, he texted me. He was like, hey, come to my apartment, and then we can ride together. I drove over there. I mean, at least I had my car there. I wasn't going up. So, like, I drove, and I was like, you can come down. Like, I ain't coming up. All right, so I pull up. I'm like, hey, I'm downstairs. First of all, he wasn't ready when I got there. And for a dude not to be ready, it's like, well, what are you doing? So I'm, like, waiting. And he was just like, you can come up. And I'm like, no, you can come down. Like, I'm not coming up. So finally he comes down. We get in this car. He got like a Jeep. Now I'm thinking, dude is like fancy, like taking pictures in front of Porsches, like whatever. And I don't care what kind of car nobody drive, but I'm just saying, I'm going off his Instagram. So I'm thinking like, okay, big money over here. He finna be like pulling up in something like crazy. He was like in this old like I don't know what it was. It was it would look like something between like a Bronco and like a Jeep. I don't
Like
know.
the older version?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, but anywho, so I was like, all right, bet. He opened my door up. We get in. When I tell you, Buddy took off out of the parking lot. Look, dude took off out of the parking lot so fast. I was like riding, and like as he was like doing stuff, I was like, I like text my friend. I said, bruh, you know how you be worried, like, cause I had to share my location. I like, I'm not even sure. She was like, you know, let me know, like, text me, cause I don't, you know, I don't want nothing to happen. I was like, all right, bet. I was like, baby, I don't even think we gonna make it nowhere. We gonna have a wreck. He was like weaving and zooming and doing like all of this stuff.
Like, I would have said, you have to slow down. Right.
I was like,
cargo.
Holding on to the door handle. He didn't say nothing to me the whole ride there. Nothing. He didn't say nothing, like it was weird. So like we ride there, and I was like, Lord, he like zooming, he finna like kidnap me in my dress. Like, I'm in my funeral gown.
Did he have a nice suit on?
Yeah, he had a suit on. Girl, he was suited and booted, baby. He was ready. Okay,
And
so
you still didn't know where I was going.
don't know.
I just find you that's the location.
So
how far are we?
that's why I had dropped my friend. I shared my location. So anywho, so like I'm texting. I was like, girl, I don't know if I can ride back with him.
You might have to come get me.
I was like, I'm gonna catch an Uber to the nearest wherever. Come pick me up. And she was like, okay, just let me know. And so then finally we pull up to a place. We park. We walk over to the venue. He was being hella strange. So we get to this place, and it was like a hotel. So I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to eat. I ain't ate yet. We get here, I'm like, it got to be a restaurant in here. It's a bar. So we go, I'm like, I know dude didn't have me dressed up to go get a drink. So we get a drink. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're finna go get a drink first. And then go to dinner.
I could have got a drink at dinner.
Okay? So we're getting a drink. We're getting a drink. To then we walk and he wants to play pool. I'm in heels and a long dress.
You could have worn some shorts and a crop top.
Do you hear me? And we are playing pool.
Romantic?
And dude still was not, you know, I'm trying to make like small talk, and he like, you know, weird. So I'm like, all right, bet. So, you know, we playing pool. Some other guys walked up, and then they were like talking to him, but then one of the guys was talking to me, and like, you know, we were like talking as a group, but he's still not talking to me. So I'm like, whatever. So then we didn't have a couple of drinks at this point, and then he kind of loosened up. So like, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it's a little bit better. Okay. So he was like, all right, you ready to go? We got done playing pool, and I'm thinking, okay, we finna go get some food.
That's what all you kept thinking.
Wait, like, are we going to get food? Because I'm like, there's no way that we dressed up to go play pool. Like, to me, I'm like, this is so crazy to me.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So we walking back, and then now he like want to hold my hand. This dude has not even did like good conversation. Like, he want to hold my hand. So like, we go back to the car, like whatever, and we get in the car again, and we driving and weaving and bobbing. But this time he was talking to me, and then we get back to the apartment. I said, Lord,
That was the day?
and so I was like, all right. So we pull up, and he was like, you want to come up or something? And I'm like,
It's very anticlimactic.
no, I do not want to come up. And he was like, oh, we could just like hang out for a little while longer. He was like, I got a nice spot, like whatever.
That's not the dude.
And I'm like, and we still haven't eaten. First of all, I can't come up because I'm hungry. My stomach about to fall out of my butt. I'm like, Lord, I'm thinking all day we going some nice place to go eat, and I done saved all my appetite so I don't waste this man money. So I eat all my food because I don't want to go somewhere and then pick over my food, and then here we are. We done went to go play pool and get a drink. I had drinks at home.
Baby, we could have played pool at the apartment.
And now my feet hurt because we didn't play pool in my heels. And anybody that know me know I don't like to wear heels. So I'm like, I'm all dressed up to go play pool. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody in there was like dressed nice because I guess it was like a nice place, but I feel like we didn't need to get that dressed up. I could have dressed nice, but I didn't have to dress like that to go play pool. Like, and I, you know, it was just like weird to me. So he just wanted to be like super fancy, but super cheap all at the same time. And like I said, I didn't want to go anywhere fancy. We could have went to a regular restaurant. We could have went bowling. We could have went to go do anything. But this dude called me and said, "Do I have a cocktail dress?"
Baby.
So he could take but I was trying to be a good sport about it. But we never talked again. I was like,
that's one of the days where you know, like, you never about to see me again.
I knew when we first got in the car to take off. If he gonna be driving like this, I cannot ride in this car ever again. And if I do come to see you again, I definitely ain't riding with you. Oh, we did go there. We did. So when we left that, because it was close to Deep Ellum, we stopped and he got me a donut from.
Right, it's the door for me. It's the door for me.
I forgot that. We did when we left there. Now it's still in my heels. We stopped in Deep Ellum because he was like, "Oh, they got this cool donut spot," and he got me this donut
in a suit, in a dress and a suit.
And we're walking, and it was cold, and so then he had to give me his jacket. It's not like I was just like, oh, what the heck.
And Deep Ellum, so basically Deep Ellum is like basically like it's not like I guess it's like a downtown and other places where you just walk around, like bars and food places and stuff. It's not a place where you like drive around because it's one-way street, like one way in, one way out.
Yes, and then we had to stand. The line was outside for this donut spot. Mind you, I still haven't eaten. I'm hungry. And you want to get a donut, like a donut. And then it was a donut because he was like, "I'll pick yours." You know how you guys like that. Which by all means, my palate is real light. But he was like, "Everything is just so good." He was like, "Oh, I'll tell you which one is real good." And I was like, "Okay, cool." It was a donut. It had like bacon and something else on it. It wasn't even good, so I couldn't even eat it. So then we got back to his apartment, and then he want to know if I want to come up with my damn stomach touching my ribs. No, sir. No, I do not want to come up for anything. I don't want to drink. I don't want to go to the bathroom. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to do nothing with you except get in my car and drive away and never turn around and ever see you again.
So goodbye, young sir.
But that's it. Ooh, Lord. He out here scamming girls for the date. Somebody else probably cussed him out. I was being sweet about it. I was just like,
you was too sweet. I'd have been like, so, sir, why did we get super dressed up to go play some pool? Because we can play pool at the clubhouse and,
maybe we could play pool at my clubhouse.
I would have been like, we're not going to eat. No, sir. Take me home. Take me to my car, baby, because I'm gonna have to go stop and get me something to eat. Ooh. No, you aren't. Nah, it was.
That's foolish.
See, you was nice to even go to the donut place because I'd have been like, I haven't eaten anything. I'd have been like, I haven't eaten. Why would I want a donut? But maybe because I'm just not as nice as Eb. Yeah, I would have had to let it be known that this is a date. This is not a date. I don't know what this is, but it's not a date. This is not even a friend meetup at this point. This is I'm never gonna see you again. All right.
Hey, you know what? I was just thinking of one too.
Right.
So let me tell y'all.
Reagan do story times all the time. So follow her on TikTok so you can hear.
Yes. And I had to think. I'm like, what's one I haven't told? I had to really think about it. But when I lived in Orlando, like I said, I was on, Tinder and POF and all the dating apps, and I was just.
But if y'all on POF, that's the OG.
That's the OG.
You're an OG if you know what POF is.
Yes, that's the OG. And I can't remember if this girl was on there. I can't remember what app I made her off of. But met this girl. She wanted to take me on a date. Cool. So she lived probably an hour-ish away from me. So she drove, from wherever she was at to come and pick me up so we could go out on this date. And first we,
a long time.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, when I first saw her, I feel like I knew that she wasn't like my type like that, because she was a little short stud, She was cute, but even if she was taller, I feel like I still,
it wasn't.
It was just something. It was very much something. I don't know. But yeah, but I was like, I'm gonna go on a day, have a good time, you know. So we went to make pottery first.
That's not.
Which is
different.
cute. It's
Yeah,
cute
that's
thing
cute.
to
Yeah, that's
do. You
cute.
know, nobody ever did that before. It took me to make pottery on the first date. So that was cute. And we had some conversation there, but it was just honestly giving kind of weird, you know, because she was like really trying to get to know me. And it's like I'm trying to have a good time, but it's like I'm not trying to be on that type of time, you know, that somebody typically would be on, you know, on a date.
You're already feeling your mind like,
Yeah, I'm already just like, yeah, I don't think so. And then after pottery, we go to Ocean Prime, and I'm like, oh, she's trying to, you know, show out for a real nigga. Y'all, we go there, and we get food, we get drinks, and then the bill comes, and it's, you know, 100 and something bucks, 200, I can't remember. But she goes, and she writing down a tip, and she writing down $10. I was like, oh no. I was like, honey, somebody who can't tip, that is so unattractive. It's like, just go somewhere less expensive or stay at home, you know, or cook, or, you know, there's so many other options. But yeah, and I told her, I was like, that's all you're gonna tip? And then she was just like, oh, I mean, you know, I thought that was good. I was like, no, you should tip like 18-20%. Like, and then they gave us good service, you know?
So like 20% at the least.
Right.
If you don't know better, do better.
It's not me being an asshole or nothing like that. It's just a teachable moment. You need to learn how to tip, ma'am. Especially if you're going to be going out to nice restaurants.
And taking people out.
Right. And so, y'all, we leave Ocean Prime. That's already weird. My lip starts to swell up. Yes. And I had crab cakes, which I eat all the time. This has never happened to me before. But I don't know what was in them crab cakes, but like the left side of my lip on the bottom, like just started to get fat. And I was like, I don't look cute no more. She was like, yes, you do.
Not you was having a hitch moment.
Hitch moment. Oh,
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Hitch? When he had that allergic reaction?
Will Will Smith?
I need to watch it.
Yes.
But yeah, girl, my lips started fucking swelling. I was like,
I would
oh
have
my
been
God.
been like this. Can you please take me?
Bruh. So after that, I feel like we went to one more place.
Well, went somewhere else.
I think we did, but I can't remember where it was. So I
Remember,
feel
he
like
was
we
a
did
G,
something
baby, because I
else.
would have had to been like, I'm going to have to take me home.
Yeah, I thought we did something else, but I can't remember what it was now. But I know at some point we did go ahead and go back to my apartment. And since it was late and she did live an hour away, she was like, you know, do I mind if she stays the night? And then I was like, you know what? Okay, you know, you spent some money and, you know, you drove all this way. That's fine. So, you know, it's bedtime. We go to lay down. And
Were y'all laying in the same bed?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I would have been like, yeah, the couch right there.
Right. I mean, I could have put her on my couch, but I don't know why I didn't.
You was nice. You too nice.
I think I didn't have like an extra comforter or anything like that. I think at that time maybe.
Does she work? I'm just kidding.
Girl, no, but you know, we lay down. And then this girl gets on top of me and starts trying to kiss me and stuff like that. Baby, I rolled her little ass off of me. I was like, oh no. It's
Now
not
her
that type of
saying-
party.
Now I'm saying, so I got the cue. That's why you
no.
don't go up if you ain't talking about it. Don't go upstairs with nobody.
Honey, I was like, oh no, I rolled her little ass right on the top of me. I told y'all she was little. So I was like, no.
Is she rolling her off?
And then we woke up very, very early so she could leave. And then as she's leaving, she's like, oh, I can't wait to see you again and do this again. And I was like, well, I don't know if we will.
So you're not the type of person to be like, oh, okay, yeah. You don't give no false hope?
I'll be real with it. I'll be pretty real with it.
Well, that's good.
But I'm not trying to be like a bitch or asshole or nothing like that. But I was just like, well, you know, I don't know, like that. I mean, I don't know that we will, you know, but it was fun.
I don't know that you're going to ever see me again, but,
you know, right, you know, whatever. So, yeah, that was my Tinder story. It just made me nervous.
is it? Was it even deep enough? How deep is that? All right, so my worst, well, I ain't even going to say this is my worst date. Was this my worst date?
That wasn't my worst.
It wasn't my worst. This is a really bad date, though. What? Was that cash?
No, somebody party over there.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, okay. I was like, cash, you cash me like that?
One loose like that.
Right, baby, because he could. But, okay, so my little Tinder time, when I first moved to Dallas, I met this. I met pretty many girls on Tinder or whatever, but I met this little chick, and it was hard for me to tell. So on Tinder, her pictures were that's when Snapchat like first really came out, so she had like filters on most of her pictures. So I like on the filters, it was like she was okay. She wasn't like ooh super fine, but she wasn't like ooh super ugly. She was just like okay, right? So we were talking back and forth, and she was cool. Like she had good conversation, good text conversation. I'm gonna say that because I like back then, I didn't really let people call me. That sounds bad. I just don't really like. I'm like, if you can't hold the conversation through text, then I'm not about to sit on the phone with you.
Yeah, that's gonna be even worse.
Yeah. So, but she had a nice little conversation, and so she was like she wanted to take me out, and when people want to take me out, I make sure it's somewhere I want to go. I like to pick the place, or I suggest something because I want to go and sit somewhere that I don't want to be. So the State Fair, Texas State Fair is supposed to be like the place to be. So the fair was in. And so I was like, oh, I want to go to the fair. She was like, oh yeah, because she had just moved here too. So she had just moved here. She said she had been here about a month, and at that time I had been here more than a month, like 9 months maybe. But I was like, okay, yeah, like I want to go too. Like let's go to the fair. So she was like, okay, cool, we can meet up and go to the fair. I'm like, sounds good, like, because she had asked me to go on a date. I just suggested the place. So at that point, when you ask me on a date, that means you paying.
Right. That's how I feel.
That's how I feel. Like, if I initiate a date, I'll pay for it.
Right.
But you initiated the date, so that means, so let's just keep that in mind.
Right.
So we got there, whatever. I parked. I paid for myself to park. We get up to the gate to go in. First, red flag. Before we get up to the gate, this guy was walking out. He was like, oh, y'all want my tickets? And I was like, no. And he was like, I'll give them to y'all for $10 a piece.
And she was like, hell yeah.
And she was like, yeah, that sounds good. Cause I still don't know to this day how much it is to get into the State Fair, but I know it's not $10.
Yeah.
So she was like, yeah, like, let me get him. He was like, all right. So she gave him $20 and he gave us the tickets. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, girl, you just got scammed. Like, because he coming out of the fair, like, why he just willing to give you his ticket?
Yeah.
So we got up to the gate and she hadn't got the tickets and he scanned them. He was like, these tickets already been used. You can't use these. Duh. Like, what? So she was like, nah, man, I just bought these. And mind you, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped the part. When I met up with her, because she was like, oh, I'm right here. She didn't look nothing like the Tinder person. I was coming for you. Baby girl, it's sad to say, but baby girl had like a little frog face. Like,
no.
like big old eyes. Like, yeah, she looked like a frog. I don't even know, like, how do you even describe it? And then, I don't know what was going on. She had like these little baby dreads. So if you had these big ass, she was not attractive, okay? She didn't look nothing like the Tinder person. I was like, how the hell would Tinder feel to do that? But I asked her about the hair though, because your hair didn't look like this on Tinder.
Yeah.
She was like, oh yeah, I just cut it off like last week. So you ain't update your pictures. But it wasn't given. Okay, so that was already the first strike, because
So her hair was long locks before?
her hair was like braids before.
Okay.
So I guess she was like trying to lock. And you know the little baby locks when they be sticking up everywhere.
Yeah, they be like little 2-strand twists.
Yeah, you have to know that that's what you're going into before you go into it.
Yeah.
And then you're not attractive on top of it. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, well, I'm here for the date. Like, we're gonna be cool or whatever. So that was the first strike, because you didn't look nothing like you looked online. Second strike, you don't let this man scam you straight out the gate. So we go up. Of course, the man was like, no, you can't get in, you have to buy a new ticket. So she was all mad. She was like, oh man, you about to buy new tickets. Like, she's going back and forth with the guy. And I'm like, you bought these tickets, like, you can't be mad. So
You got scammed.
you got scammed. So I was like, okay. So she was like, she finally bought more tickets. We got in. Okay, cool. She went up to the little ticket booth because to do anything, to get anything at the state fair, not only got paid to get in, you got to buy some tickets. So we went up to the ticket booth, and this girl said, "Can I get $25 for the ticket?"
Girl, they ain't buying
Y'all getting on one
nothing. Y'all might get 2 drinks.
Girl, and I was like, so I was trying to add, because I was looking, you know, like on the way to the ticket booth, you can see it tell you 10 tickets, 2 tickets, 5 tickets, for, like it signs up. So I was like, 25
What
tickets?
you can do.
What is we about to
She's
do?
like, I'm gonna sit out there and talk.
Girl, not for 25 tickets, because we can't even talk with a drink. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, maybe she just want to try some stuff out, and then we gonna come back to the tickets.
She was gonna get y'all 45, but she seen the other plan.
Exactly. She said, I ain't getting nothing else, sis. You can't get nothing in here.
Girl, so it gets worse, y'all. So we got on 2 little rides or whatever. So the first little ride, you know, that little music thing that go around and around and around, and then it goes. We got on that because I wanted to get on that, and then we got on like a little slide. So this part was on me. I ain't even gonna lie. I was already ready to go at this point after this happened. That's back then. That's when wigs first started like getting good, popular. Like they wasn't there yet, but it was like trying to. And I had on like my first wig. So we got on.
Your wig came off?
Listen, it didn't come off. Listen, we got on.
Hanging on by a thread.
Y'all listen, we got on this. It was like a mini roller coaster type thing where it took a picture of you. So we was like going, you know, and then as you went down like the slide part, the fast part, it snapped a picture. So while we was on the ride, like she was screaming, eyes was closed or whatever. But while we was on it, I felt my wig lift up. But I just was like, you know, like whatever. I just started lift it up a little bit, you know, because the ride was going. So then we get off the ride and we look at the picture, y'all. And we look at the picture and my wig was like this.
Now they can see a little Boy Scout
You
braids.
can see my lip. I was like, and look, my eyes
They
closed.
had the
'Cause
prison cornrows under there.
I was like, this wig was half up. But
Did she buy the picture?
no, we just saw it on the screen.
I would have bought it.
She ain't had no money to buy it. I bet
I would have found some money to get it. I was like, baby, I remember this forever. Because we might not ever go on a date again, but I'm sure going to tell people that your wig came up on this date.
No, baby.
She about to tell the story time right now.
No. So she was probably, she didn't say that. She was like, she didn't say nothing. I know she wanted, because I just looked at the picture and I was just like, we both didn't say anything. And I knew in her heart of hearts, she wanted to be like, bitch. Because I was embarrassed myself. I was embarrassed. I was like, shit. But I was like, okay, you know what? I was like, you know what? At this point, I'm not attracted to her. Like, we're not doing that much. I was like, I don't even care. I'm never going to see her again at this point. Especially with the wig incident. I ain't ever going to see you again. So I was like, whatever, cool. So, but I'm like, I'm already here, so I might as well try to enjoy myself. We had like one more ticket left. So we only had tickets left for one of us to get on the next ride.
Who got to go?
So when we went up to the next thing, I was like, you know, I want to get on there. And she was like, I only got 4 tickets left.
She said you couldn't get on?
She didn't say anything. I was like, so do you want me to get on? Like, what you want to do? She was like, no, we should both get on it together. And I was like, we don't have no tickets. And she was just looking at me. I just looking at her. She just looking at me. I'm looking at her.
She said, bring out your
So
pocketbook.
basically, that's what she was trying to. She wanted to say it without saying it. But I was there and I wanted to experience it. So I went and I bought some tickets. Ooh. Water? I was pissed. First of all, I was pissed off to have to spend my money on a date. But I always bring money on a date because I know, just in case. But still, like, we had a fair like that. I was like, girl, you supposed to, you know we going to a fair. Like, yeah. Bring fair money. So I bought some tickets. And that made me a little pissy mad. We got on the last little ride, and I bought enough for us to get food and, you know, like everything. At that point, you really not about to see me again. So then we leaving. At the end of it, you know, I enjoyed the fair. You know, I could have went with somebody different, but I enjoyed the fair. Then it's time to go. So we leaving, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna walk you to your car." I was like, "No, it's okay." She was like, "No, I'm gonna walk you to your car." Okay. So we get to my car, and I'm about to get in, and I was, you know, I'm like prepping up to give her a little
hug. Little church hug.
Would not have been accepting no side hug.
What you mean?
She should have got a front hug. She did a good job.
So let me. She did a good job.
She spent her last little coin on you, girl.
Girl, this girl.
Last $2.
As I leaned in for the little half hug, baby kissed me.
Ooh.
She didn't even give you a chance to move.
Girl, no. She was like, turn to me. So I was like, she was like, oh, this. And girl, and then we'll talk. And that's why her name is Frog Face, baby, because she had her tongue out. She was like this.
No.
Tongue, baby.
Oh, no.
So her tongue went in my mouth, and I was like, what?
Wow.
I said, I don't do tongue. First of all, I don't do kiss. I don't do tongue. I don't even hug. What? I don't do anything. Girl, not the tongue. First of all, I don't like adult slob. I don't like slob. Like my baby slob, it's normal. It's slob. But like as far as like slobbing, no.
You don't like nobody spit in your mouth?
No. I don't like no. I don't like slob. Look at her.
I mean, I don't.
She's
Look at her.
catching
You don't like a little spit?
I don't care for it either.
Yeah.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah. Baby, especially for somebody I don't know. Like, I just met you. You want to put your tongue down my throat? And I.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Absolutely.
And
not.
you walk and you came in with your tongue out. Girl,
First of all, what are you doing?
What? Stop. Stop.
My baby seen it.
What was that?
I just want everybody to know.
You're doing such a good job.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there by himself? A little bit. Your thighs open up.
But he's still.
But so I was like, oh no. She was like, my bad. She was like, but I'll see you next time. What? Next time? No, so I got
I'll be seeing you in a couple days, baby.
Baby, you ain't never about to see me. I got in the car and she called me. And of course, because I was, you know, it was like 10 minutes went by. I was assuming, you know, she's trying to just check on me because it was like traffic getting out of there. So I answered. I wasn't that person that just not answered. I answered and I was like, yeah, you know, like I just made it to the highway. And she's like, well, I'm already back at the hotel. Do you want to come up here?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, though. What?
Tell me.
Oh,
I was like, why you at a hotel? She was like, that's why I stay. I don't have a spot yet. You've been living here for a month.
In a
In a hotel? But you can't. What?
Sex trafficking.
I was like,
Baby.
why you staying? I was like, but you didn't move here like with a plan.
No, she had a extended stay.
I don't, girl. No, baby. She was at a Motel 6, and I don't know if y'all like the and the part of town that the fair is in. And do you know where the state fairgrounds at? You know where the state fairgrounds at? I was like, hell no. You paying like $20 a day for that damn hotel. Hell, and I wasn't coming up there, baby. Hell no. So that was it. She was bold though, cause she kept calling and texting me, even though I wasn't responding.
You must have had a good time.
She had a great time. She was like, oh, that girl cute.
She had a great time with the $25 ticket.
She bought me. She was like, oh, she bought us tickets. Like, baby, that wasn't it. I don't ever want you to think that was it. And honestly, I could have been a little better. I would have been a little better splitting it if it would have, like,
Maybe if she was up front.
right.
All she had to do was say it before y'all went.
All she had to do was say it before we went, because I wanted to go to the fair. If she would have said, you know, I just moved here, I don't got my spot yet. I want to go, but I can't pay for everything. Be upfront, because I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, I want to go, so like if you pay for a ticket, then I can pay for some ticket. You know, like something like that. But don't just look at me and be like, well, you know,
Yeah.
hell no.
Like that one girl.
Right.
God.
Right. if y'all on TikTok, go and watch Reagan's worst date story time, please, because that.
I mean, this was light work. This was like me.
Right.
This wasn't even like a horrible, terrible day. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I wasn't interested. And then my lips swelled up. But no, this is like, girl, was bad.
Right.
It would be hilarious if I ran into her around here somewhere. It would be
I hope not. But I've never seen that girl again after that day. And to say, I don't know if she's still in Dallas or what. I don't know if she moved back to Arkansas. I don't know. But baby, that was it. But all right, y'all. So that's the end of our Tinder date time or worst date time, bad dates, whatever you want to call it. If y'all want to see or hear some more stories, more date stories, because we got plenty of old date stories, baby.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all,
They really do. I don't date that much.
of course you don't date that much now. So what?
Okay. I'm not even gonna entertain it.
Come on, I don't date that much. When you gonna date? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, but
We went on the other day.
Okay, that's right. Me and you.
I'll tell you some stories about dates.
But make sure y'all like,
Comment.
subscribe, and we'll see y'all on the next one.